Hey guys, do you remember the series that I started like last week? And the first one that I've showed you, maybe you thought that it was nonsense because I admit it was some nonsense shit. Like it was the first creation, so of course it might be suck. But this second one, the first one in this one, I like wrote it in 2014. It was during the time when I was in the phase. I was totally emo, so of course it sucks. And the second one, it is less suck. And but the sad thing about this is that it is totally plagiarism. Like I totally copied the idea. Yep, your girl Lindan copied from a famous series. Do you know Whispering Corridor, like that famous Korean horror story, horror film? I mean, you might have heard of it for once. So it basically like revolves around like all-girl high school, talking about horror stories, but it mainly focused on like main educational system problems in Korea, and I find it cool, like awesome, like totally cool. But this is the thing though. I love the idea of Whispering Corridor, but I feel like the environment in that film, like maybe I thought that it was a bit too general. So, me, being the genius that I was, came up with the stupidest idea was to entirely copy the Whispering Corridor series and rewrite it in a 20 episode series. And now you must be thinking, you are dumb. Of course, I'm dumb. But that's what makes me special, okay? So, let's just say that I now relook at it and I realized that how the hell did I come up with all these themes? Like, wow, surprisingly. Now you might be thinking, so you mentioned about the environment and you want to like change it. Yes, entirely. It actually based on like my class. Let's just say that 2 years ago, 7A1 was separated into 9A1 and 9A2. And those two classes are like completely different. That's my class and our neighbor class. Let's just say that 9A1 is like that really fun and happy class, but 9A2 not so much. And that's what gave me the idea for the series. It's like we are act happy and like cheerful on the outside, but inside we're just blank. Yep. And when we're blank, that's when we discovered our own problems. Like maybe you don't understand, but really that's the thing though. You're like the happiest when you go to school, right? But what happens when you come back home? I know you just study, right? That's what I call the blank state. You just study. And maybe you're not even studying for what you want. You're just studying because your parents told you to. Okay, getting a little bit into it right now. But now I'm just looking into the book and I realized that wow, you did really put your effort into it, didn't you? I know. And I look at it, wow, wow. I did like know some pretty good shit, and I have to tell you guys, episode 7, The Judger, my favorite. And I know you don't even know what the hell the Judger is, but believe me, all the 15, all the 20, all the 15 student that I wrote, they're all based on like a student in my class. For example, the smiling face is based on the boys that sit right next to me. Like he's really cheerful. Like he's like class clown. No, the school clown. Like believe me. But then I found out that his family has like a history of, how do I say this? Let's just say that all the men in his family tree like had like a really weird manner towards women. It's not sexist though. It's just that they all have the same weird manner towards women, and he was somehow affected. Yep. So that's what makes him weird. But of course, the way I develop it, I couldn't just explain it to you. Like I wish I could, but I couldn't. It's just weird. It's weird. And the judger was actually my favorite because it's me. I'm that one kid who will judge everyone in the class, I mean in the school in general. And you may be thinking, okay, so she might not be thinking about anything right now, but deep inside, oh no, I'm judging the hell out of you. But the judger has also his own problem, believe me. Let's just say that I cannot just explain to you guys, but I wish I could, because damn, it sounds so cool. But the way that I like describe it in this series is that there would be like it would be like a two-dimensional world. There would be a reality and expectation and reality. How do I say that? It's like a third perspective story. Like you will see a really fun scenario of students talking to each other, playing with each other, teasing each other, but then boom, clash. There would be a scenario of everyone acting exactly how they feel like. Devastating, unhappy, suffering, anything. Let's just say that I want to illustrate a realistic picture of how students are actually feeling, because let's just say schools are like society mini size. Schools are what prepare students for the real life. I mean, let's be real here. Schools are like we have like a total pack of the worst and the best in society. Let's be real here. But of course, this is total plagiarism, and if I had the chance to like develop any of my creation, it wouldn't be this one. Wouldn't be that one. Wouldn't be this one. Wouldn't be the first one either. And wouldn't be the second. And wouldn't be the next two one either, because 2015 is a year of me losing total interest in horror and become somehow interest in stupid things. Like seriously, my next two things I'm going to talk about you to you in the next week, of course. They sound so dumb. Like literally, like how the hell did I lose all my creativeness from 2014 into 2015 with total blameness? Not. I think I'm gonna skip 2015 and jump right to 2016 if I can. So that's the third video. Wait for the fourth one. Thank you for watching. I mean listening. Sorry.